Hey all, Jeremy here. Welcome to the WampaDude Channel, and I got a treat for you guys today. I was getting ready to make my next video. I was getting ready to do my stilt walking tutorial, part 3 of my stilt walking series, all about being in costume while stilt walking. And I was looking at old reference photos, old reference video, and I saw the date. Yes, this big guy right here is 15 years old. This whole channel is 15 years old. And while going through all the footage, while looking through SD cards and hard drives and all that stuff, I found every photo from the build, and I want to feature that today. I want to put together a slideshow from the beginning, the very beginning, from the sketches all the way down to the build, the final suit itself. Quick little backstory if you haven't seen it already. I built this as a celebration to the fans for the Star Wars Celebration was coming to Orlando in 2010. I wanted to give something to the fans. I wanted to build a costume that celebrated Empire Strikes Back. It was the 30th anniversary, and I've already built a big costume called the Beast and up in stilts with the arms, and I wanted to make something that I kind of knew that Lucasfilm failed at. The original Wampa failed. The original Wampa was a big suit, also a puppet, multiple heads. You'd see the actor falling over in the snow. You see the behind the scenes in Echo Base, this thing trying to lumber around, and it just looked awkward. It was so bad that they quick clipped the video to kind of make it look like a creature, but it's all over the place. So much so that in the special editions, they built a new forced perspective suit with Howie Weed as the actor in a forced perspective cave, and they made it look much better and like the Wampa we know it today. But that comes the 30-year anniversary. I wanted to build something that was full size. I wanted something that I can puppeteer, walk through a crowd, and be that full-size Wampa for the fans. It was a passion project for me. But again, YouTube was another beast back then. YouTube was a lot of small clips with everybody building, fur suits and a little bit of mold making, but there was no 3D printing. There was no EVA foam back then. This thing is a craft project. This thing is bare bones a craft project. It was PVC and furniture foam for the most part. A little bit of latex on it and some craft paint. This thing was never meant to last. This was never meant to have the legacy of being a costume that showed up at a convention one time, maybe a few other appearances, and then I move on to the next thing. But, when I went to that convention, everything blew up. Lucasfilm noticed it. They saw the possibilities for it. They wanted me to go and be part of their Lego presentation at the convention. They later had me want to be part of an Adidas ad campaign, and this thing has been all over the country, and I'm very grateful for the time that I've had with it. So with that, I want to present to you a treat, which is a slideshow of how this thing was made. It's a craft project. I'm warning you ahead of time. Let's go. So what do you think? Did it inspire you to build anything? You know, anything, hopefully not the way I did, because that thing is sloppy. It was a craft project. Remember, it wasn't supposed to be long. It was supposed to look good from the outside, and for me to suffer on the inside. Really, that's actually what happened. Even though everybody wanted me to do this and act like this and make this pose, it's not as easy as you think. But 15 years, I've had so many ideas on how to improve this. Modern technology, 3D printing, EVA foam. You look at Adam Savage with his tested costumes. Something like his Revenant Bear or his Totoro or even his Raptor. You look at how he built the cages around them. And Disney's Project Exo, if you look at, they were really building a Wampa at one point. You could see the Wampa feet. They ended up making the Hulk with it. There's so many new technologies to make a costume like this better. I started from craft project, craft foam, it's like, and then it became this. But that's part of where my mind is at. What do I do next? The stilt walking tutorial is coming up, all about regulating your heat, your vision, your crowd control, and the importance of a handler. But I also have to make a video all about the future of the Wampa suit. Do I retire? Am I reaching the end of my window where I'm pushing 50 and I have a busted knee? Is it safe for me to be in the costume in the condition that the costume is now? I'll be honest with you. I wanted to put the suit on for the next video. I have to make repairs. The whole upper arms need to be rebuilt just for me to make this next video. So how much more do I invest in that? So, do I retire? Do I repair this one? Do I make the little things that bug me in my mind over the years? I still don't like the face. I have a 3D model from a friend of mine to redo the entire head. I want to redo the hands to be better puppeteering. I want to do things that I can share my legacy and my experience of being in this costume with all of you guys and for future builders. I want to put the ideas that I've had on camera so I can get them out of my head and move on with other things. But for the most part, it's to help future builders. That's what I want to still do with this channel. Do I repair it or do I rebuild it from scratch? Do I start from the ground up with all new technology, all new fur, all new puppeteering, things where I'm able to actually puppet the hands properly, things that are lightweight, using materials that did not exist when this one was built. Something like extruded aluminum. Those 80-20 extruded aluminum as a framework on the inside of here would be so much lighter and so much stronger than the PVC that I used. The idea of having 3D printed puppeted hands where you have multiple options. One is a wrist flick. I like the idea of a wrist flick rather than this, because I think that if you're a monster, this is more of a monster move. And if you can curl the hand and clench the fingers, I would love to build mechanical 3D printed hands that you're able to just make puppet way better than this was with the little PVC. And yeah, that was a mess. Never worked. My hands never worked. I have a whole video on what didn't work with this costume. So that video, retire, repair, replace. But I realized too that YouTube is fickle. There's so much content on this platform. Like even if I go and I invest $5,000 in a new costume, there's no guarantee that it will ever get to traffic. So I've considered crowdsourcing. I've considered Patreon. I've considered selling merchandise to help pay for it. I wish the channel was monetized, but it's not. That's the harsh realization of being a YouTuber. Not everybody's channels get monetized. Not everybody makes money off of YouTube. And I haven't made any money doing any of these videos over the last 2 years. I don't think I've ever made money on YouTube. I just do this for to share what I have in my head to you guys. So with that, I'm gonna end this video. I hope the early stages of this costume inspired you to come up with an idea of your own. I want to continue to inspire people to build. I might not be the greatest builder. I don't have a giant budget to do all this, but I have ideas. And I think that's what YouTube is. YouTube is sharing your ideas with the world. And with that, I hope we all go big. This next year is going to be big. I got some big ideas coming. So make sure that you follow, make sure that you subscribe, and comment below. Get these videos out into the people's feeds. So with that, I'm out. Have a good one.